Well, here we are back in the car once again, right where we left off the last video. This seems to be the only chance I'm getting to film videos recently, if that tells you how my life is going at all. But I wanted to talk to you because I don't think my mind is ever going to be the same. And let me tell you why I say that. So to be fully transparent with you, this past couple weeks I've been doing a lot of looking inwards because I don't know what it is, but life just kind of feels dull. And I didn't know why that was exactly. I didn't know what was causing that, or if I was unhappy, or what it was. So I decided to look inwards instead of just sitting there hoping it would pass. And it led to two of the biggest paradigm shifts I have had in quite possibly my entire life. And I'm going to tell you what each of those are. One of them is going to be a little more relevant to a lot of you, and the other one probably not so much. Now, the first paradigm shift, which I think is going to be eye-opening for a lot of people. I have been very heavily focused on improving my life for many, many years. It's always been a goal of mine, and I just hate being stagnant. Whenever I feel like I am flatline, I'm not making any progress, I'm extremely uncomfortable. And I thought that's what this feeling I've been feeling these past couple weeks has been. But it's not. So my entire life, I've always had the self-image of like the hustling young man. The young man who has a really good work ethic, who is very successful for his age, who works relentlessly, who is grinding nonstop. And that identity of myself is no longer beneficial to where I want to go. What I found is that I was operating based off of fear. Fear that I wasn't good enough. Fear that I would stall out and stay on that flat line. Fear that I wouldn't become the person I was hoping to become. Fear that my competition, this competition that I had with other people in my head, that they would surpass me. And overall just came from a lack of confidence in myself and my journey. But fear is only going to take you so far. And for any of you who relate to what I'm saying about feeling like you're behind in life, who feeling like you're just operating based off of fear, and fear is the only thing keeping you going, I want you to really listen to this next sentence that I'm going to say. Fear has a ceiling. Fear is going to drive you for a long time. It drove me for 10 plus years and got me to where I am now, where I'm very successful. Realistically, not just in terms of monetary, but in all areas of your life, I have everything I could have ever wanted. But that is not the purpose of life. I got to that point based off of fear. Fear of not being good enough, like I talked about. But where I'm at in my life now, I've proven to myself that I am good enough. I've proven to myself that I've done the hard things. I'm very successful in really all terms for my age, not to pat myself on the back, but I am. So I don't have anything to be fearful of anymore. So I didn't have that drive, that hunger that myself over this past 10 years has had. I've graduated from fear. Fear no longer serves me. So instead of operating based off of fear, I'm going to be honest. I don't know exactly where I'm going to go from here. I don't know what it is I need to do to really excel from here and keep progressing, or if progressing is even what I need to do. I think progressing is a human trait. But what I truly feel I need to chase now, instead of stressing at work because I'm not working fast enough, or I'm not getting enough done, or tying my self-worth to what I am putting out and getting done, instead, learn to enjoy the process. And it sounds very cliche because it's like, oh, well, yeah, you're supposed to be doing that anyways, but it's not that easy, right? Like, when I'm operating off of so much fear that forces me to be very productive, I'm not enjoying the process. I love the output that I'm doing, and I love the feeling that that gives me, but I'm not enjoying the process. I'm at work, and while I'm doing any sort of work, whether it's filming, whatever it might be, I'm constantly thinking, okay, what do I need to do next? How can I do this better? How can I optimize everything? And it just drives me insane. It makes it so when I'm filming, I can't enjoy what I'm doing. It makes it so when I'm at work and I'm doing a certain task, I'm thinking of another task I need to be doing or how I could do this faster. It's not enjoyable. I need to learn to enjoy the process and the little things in life. So these next upcoming videos, it's going to be a lot on just that and what these next steps in that journey truly look like for me. But for any of you who relate to that, just know it doesn't have to be that way forever, and I promise you that. There is a way to break free. You're not stuck to this certain identity that you've chained yourself to for many, many years. We're meant to grow. We're meant to graduate from these past versions of ourselves. That's what it's all about. So subscribe, because I think a lot of you are going to get some very good insight off of what I'm going to be saying here soon. Now, the second paradigm shift I had, and honestly, I just want to say this because I find it very interesting. It might help some of you in the future, it might help some of you now, but it's called alternate stores of value. We're all trained that money is currency, right? We see money as currency and we're trying to build as much money up as possible. But there's things called ASVs, or alternate stores of value, which is essentially other forms of currency that we can hold on to that might be a little bit more enjoyable. For example, let's say I bought a $10,000 Rolex. Some people might look at me and say, wow, that's so stupid. Why is he doing that? But we need to look at currency a little bit different, because currency can realistically be anything. So I would look at someone who bought a $500 Rolex, a fake Rolex, and say, that's a more stupid decision, because if I turned around to sell this $10,000 Rolex, I would sell it for, as long as I got the right piece, of course, the same if not more money. Where the person with a $500 Rolex would be selling it for less money and maybe not even be able to sell it realistically. So instead of just looking at, okay, that's a big purchase, that's bad, look at what is the gain or loss that I'm taking on this purchase, because that's truly telling us if it's a good or bad purchase. It doesn't matter the amount of money. Of course, there's other things to take into account, like capital holdup and stuff like that, but just looking at a base picture. Don't just look at things and say, that's bad, it's a lot of money. Look deeper. If it's going to improve your life, that might be an alternate storage of currency. If it's an investment, like into the stock market, that's still currency. You're not losing that money because you're purchasing that. You can take that out at any time and get cash, which is the most universal currency. Just a little something stupid that I thought I'd share with you. I feel like we get very serious on this channel a lot, and I just want to talk about what I enjoy. I like filming these videos, so I want to keep it that way. That's really my goal here. But long story short, fear controls a lot of us. And you watching this, it probably controls you too. But you don't have to let it. In your stage of life, it might be okay to let that fear control you. But there's going to be a point that doesn't serve you anymore. And that's okay. Things will change. Your life will change. Your circumstances will change. Be ready for that and be okay with that, because that's what growth is all about. Ladies and gentlemen, if you feel stuck, if you love these kind of videos and you want to improve your life, and that's kind of a big goal that you have, that's something I enjoy doing, but you don't quite know how to do it, there's a quiz I have down in the description of this video. Essentially, it takes a minute. It tells you why you're stuck and how to actually break free. For any of you who feel like you're destined for more in life, that is without a doubt the best first step. Not to pat myself on the back again or anything, but it's a great first step. So give it a try. It's completely free, no harm, no foul. Take that quiz. It's going to be very beneficial for you to figure out your next steps to go from here to start living a life that you wake up excited to enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, I love all of you. I appreciate you watching to the very end, and I'll see you with more videos very, very soon. Peace.